Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. More importantly, welcome to the very first episode of our brand new podcast, Where the Pavement Ends. Today we're talking about big life changes, navigating transitions, and why we believe adventure, exploration, and discovery are essential for a meaningful life, which is the driving motivation for why we created this podcast. I'm your host, Vince Brody, and I'm joined by my good friend and co-host, Terrill Graham, or as I like to call him, Telegram, because he always comes through. Terrill, it's awesome to have you here, brother. How you doing today, man?
Yeah, I'm doing great, man. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to see where this new idea takes us, man.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here. And that curiosity and willingness to try something new is exactly what the show is about. So let's bring our listeners up to speed.
Yeah, right, man. You've had some big changes lately. Where do you want to start?
Oh man. So about 6 months ago, I, along with thousands of my other colleagues, lost my job overnight. After 17 years with the same company, I'd worked in 10 different countries on transformational projects and governance, education, economic growth, and peace building. And before it all stopped, I was leading a major digital transformation initiative, and then poof, it was gone. But you know what? When that happens, you realize how fleeting life can be. And in moments like that, it really makes me think about entropy, the second law of thermodynamics. I know that sounds super geeky, but hear me out. So entropy is this natural tendency for systems to go from order to disorder unless you add energy to them, right? So it's not just physics, man. It's life. So if you stop putting energy into something, things unravel. And when everything fell apart, I saw it as part of that cycle, order, chaos, and potential. And in the middle of that disorder was this raw material for something new, and that's where I am now. Exploring, experimenting, and trying new ideas, which is really why we're here today, right?
Yeah, man. I love that. You've always been good about picking yourself up and just moving forward. Sticking to that kind of that plan. But what's life been like since this big change, man?
Honestly, dude, it's been a grind. I've applied to over 100 jobs. I've come close a couple times, but the market's tough, man. I mean, I shared that LinkedIn posting with you where there were 1,700 applications for one job that was posted in 3 days, which is crazy to think about. So you have to find ways to stay motivated. And one of the ways that I'm doing that is through upskilling. So taking online courses, mountain biking, running, working on my rig. And producing YouTube content like this has been kind of a therapy, a creative outlet that gives me purpose while I navigate this transition. I'm able to work on a project, produce a digital product, to meet a goal. But shoot, man, enough about me. I mean, you've had some big changes in your life as well, right?
Yeah. First off, that LinkedIn stat was crazy for sure. I remember you sharing that with me. Um, but yeah, so I recently retired from the military. I did 20 years, and I've been trying to get back into the routine of civilian life. It's definitely been an adjustment for sure. At first, I thought about working at a bike shop, maybe REI to kind of ease into the new routine, but now I'm kind of just sticking to the something that I've always been passionate about, which is photography, right? Um, I also bought a new four-wheel camper, the Hawk model, back in been a little over a year ago now, and I originally had it on a the latest Tundra, but actually yesterday, man, I'm back into a second gen Tundra, so I got a 2020 Tundra. Um, it's white, similar to the what I had before, but it's just a little bit bigger bed. Um, and also another big change, kind of for me, is that I recently dove back into the car culture world. I picked up a um, my first Porsche um, back in I think it was February now. It's a 944. It's going to be a rally project, um, and basically been tinkering around with that car for a while, and it wanted me to get back into it even more. So I purchased a 911. Got that back at the beginning of June there. So yeah, getting back into the car culture, that's like it's been a nice change. Definitely a good pace. I'm getting to meet new people, which is kind of nice because the car culture world is awesome, right? Um,
Mhm.
I'm still in the overland space, and I'm excited to see where this new to me 2020 low mileage Tundra build evolves. Got a lot of big plans for it. I'm sure we'll discuss that throughout some of our podcasts. But um, but yeah, when you asked me to do this particular podcast, man, I was in without hesitation, and here we are.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And I think that's what I love the most about our friendship, right? Is like we push each other, whether it's through our builds, photography, or these big life changes that are happening almost at the same time, right? And so actually it was because of you that I picked up my old Lumix camera a couple years ago after years of not even using it. And I'm sure we'll dive deeper into your Porsche and Tundra builds and future episodes.
Yeah, yeah, I'm definitely excited for that, man. But before we venture down that path, why don't you tell us a little bit about what this new podcast is all about, man?
Yeah, thanks for that question. So, for me, this podcast is really about play, and I don't mean the kind of play we usually associate with kids. I'm talking about the play that as adults we tend to forget we need, the kind that shakes us out of our routine, fuels creativity, makes us healthier, and just connects us to each other. I mean, you and I got together and build a friendship through that mindset. And the way we're choosing to do that here is through adventure, exploration, and discovery, and doing that in nature. So I think when play happens outside in wild spaces, it does something more than just make us smile in the moment, right? It deepens our relationship with the land, with the people we share those moments with, and it really turns us into active partners in protecting the ultimate playground: nature, public land, wild spaces, bike parks, ski resorts, backcountry discovery routes. I mean, you name it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, I've lost count of the times a day or two in nature, really helped me reset, find direction. Um, and I'm really glad that we get to share that passion with others here on the podcast.
Thanks, brother. So this is definitely something new and different for the both of us. I mean, we're not professional podcasters, right? But hey, you've got to start somewhere, and I'm really glad you decided to jump on this new adventure with me, bro.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt, man. It'll definitely be interesting to see where this takes us. I think that's what a lot of people are craving right now. Authenticity, rawness, right? That real value. Life is never a straight line. It always zigs and zags, and not everything goes your way, right? But if you focus on the journey, you start to see the adventure, the exploration, and the lifelong learning that comes along, from discovery and achievement, right? Um, that's why I think it's so great. You're putting yourself out there, man, and creating a space for people to really engage, um, you know, with this environment.
Yeah, yeah, dude, that's awesome. That's an awesome way to put it, and I think a good segue in ending today's podcast. So, we've covered a lot today and laid out the vision for this podcast. And I hope it's got our listeners curious. The beauty of this is it'll be a learning process. And along the way, we'll see where to adjust, iterate, and adapt. And I think that's probably the most exciting part for me. There's like this, big, vast unknown out there, wide open spaces we haven't yet explored, things that we love doing. And who knows, man? Well, who knows what we'll discover through this experience. But you've got to air down if you want to get off the pavement, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's right, man. That is right. So yeah, thanks for joining us today. And be sure to stay tuned for future episodes where Vince and I will share some of our early adventures together. We'll dive into our overland vehicle build philosophies and recount some jungle trips into the Batin, Guatemala, and so much more, man. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you made it this far, drop a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel
Yeah.
grow. So until next time, we hope you get outside to where the pavement ends. Thanks, y'all.